their best plays. It's sports on 32 FM 94.9.
All right, good afternoon. Welcome to 94.9, 32 FM, and this is Scoreboard Reloaded. I am Peter Omo. On the show this afternoon, we'll talk football, Formula One, and when it comes to football, I know there's so much happening, so much maybe have happened in the last few days. But one of the things that really got me a bit worried has to do with the issues concerning the NFF, the money given to them by FIFA, by CAF. But I don't know how much these boys will be interested in that, because for them, maybe their focus will be on what happened over the weekend. And when you have the Premier League, when you have pundits and analysts and even the fans say, this one looks like it's going to North London. Sound a bit too early, right? Just after 10 match day. We have 28 more to go. But it seems like some people are already giving up on the Gunners winning the league after 21 years. Okay, I say it's the Heaven Clasico, but kind of give us the kind of El Clasico yesterday, because you have the game done, but you have the players who just want to punch each other, who want to say some things to each other. Okay, Formula One. I was here at DOLAPO 2 weeks ago that Max Verstappen might just come and nick this one. He said the chances are slim. You will tell me this afternoon, after we saw the Mexican Grand Prix, is the chances also slim. On the continent of Africa, they were here hoping and praying that the under-17 girls get to qualify. Yes, they did qualify, beating Samoa. That's the route for them to qualify for the round of 16. That's not continent. That's global. Continent has got to do with the CAF Champions League. Finally, there's Rivers United in the mix for this year's CAF Champions League. The draws will be taking place next week in Cairo, Egypt. But for Sundowns, they said to Nigeria, you can't have two. You have to take one. So, Bremer Stars lost. So that's the lineup for us on the show this afternoon. A day quite special for us right here on 32 FM 94.9, because we celebrate the one and only TJ. If you have a TJ somewhere else, maybe that's yours. But for us here, we have only one TJ, Mr. Tunjabi. It's good to know that today is your birthday, and we wish you all the best in life. I know that many of my colleagues have been here to wish you a happy birthday, and of course, on the hour you've been hearing us wishing the CEO of this station happy birthday. So you can join the party. Go to our social media platform. You see it on Instagram and of course on Facebook. You wish him a happy birthday. It's been a good man. Yeah, say that again. All right, so let's get to the show proper. At the point in time, we'll also, say our prayers to the CEO, Mr. Tunjabi, on the show. So we won't let that fly, or we won't let that go. Okay, we'll do justice to that. Let's start with the big one. So DOLAPO, what's the big one for you? Good to have you, DOLAPO.
Good afternoon.
When I say start with the big one, I don't even know what the big one is, because my big one might not be your own big one. What if my own big one is what I saw on the NBA in the airlines of this morning? It might not be your own big one. My big one might be Formula One, might not be. So the big one is subjective. On a Monday afternoon, when we have so much happened over the weekend. So DOLAPO, what's the big news?
Well, good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon, SAMIES. And good afternoon to everyone who has joined us on the show this afternoon. A whole lot of big things happened. I don't really know what I should go for being the big one. But then I would pick Rivers United qualifying for the CAF Champions League as something big. Yes, probably something I expected, because I was saying it here on Friday, I was expecting them to qualify. But then it's very big, knowing fully well that none of the Nigerian teams have qualified for the CAF Champions League group stage for the past 8 or 7 years. So it's a very, very big one for Finidi George. He won the league with a Yimba. Now he's taking Rivers United to the CAF Champions League. That's big, and you kind of wonder and you ask yourself, is he the biggest coach currently in Nigeria? And you look at that very well, you tell yourself, maybe he is, because when you look at it for a league where we've been playing for the past few years, for a good 7 or 8 years, none of our teams have qualified for the CAF Champions League. Yeah, you might think he has an easy route on like Raymond Stars who had a very, very tough task. But regardless, they qualified for the CAF Champions League. So I'll pick that as something very big. And something else that is big for me is what happened over the weekend in the English Premier League. I saw Liverpool lost.
Okay, hold it. There.
Okay.
Big.
Yeah.
I didn't say many.
Yeah, one big. Let me stay with Rivers United.
And today too is Dolapo's birthday. So the CEO is an Arsenal fan. Dolapo is an Arsenal fan. And the weekend gave them good news. So you see Dolapo saying, let me talk about the weekend. Let me talk about Liverpool Football Club. He will be interested in Liverpool. He will in Chelsea, for Manchester City. And who else again was trying to push them for the league. So, Mr. Tunji, I know that you also support Arsenal Football Club. SAMIES, maybe for you, don't smile, because I will not indict you in everything happening here. Juventus Football Club this afternoon sacked the head coach, 𝐒𝐿, lost the last 2 games, lost at the Bernabeu, lost in Rome. And you want to say, if he was sacked based on these two, then you say, Real Madrid, we're talking about Real, Bernabeu. We're talking about Lazio with Maurizio Sarri in charge. Rome, maybe it's a bit tough for you to sack him. But, hey, he's the old lady. They said, come on, we can't cope again. You have to go, so they have a new man in charge. SAMIES, tell me, what is big for you? Not many. One that is big for you.
Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon, Dolapo. From what you said, I don't know if I should pick from the old ladies there in Turin.
No, what is big? Don't stay on my own. I'm just trying to pick the headlines.
For me, it's just the revelation by the Nigeria Football Federation, just like you rightly said over that in your opening, that speech for the show, about the appropriation of funds that we get from FIFA, and what was really said to be used for that with that money, where it's not really evident yet that this is the thing they've used. And all credit to 𝐒𝐏𝐿. Yeah, he's a football content creator, where of course he has so many audience. He has the audience, and I think our voice as Nigerians was truly and rightly heard.
So we have to wait for a content creator to tell us what is popping up with our money.
We know these things, Peter. We know these things. We've said it on numerous occasions. No, we've said it.
So when you say I know,
we know about the situation of things in Nigerian football, where we talk about the regression we faced in so many years. We've talked about that. But there was one thing that was new also. We know that for FIFA, there's an appropriation of funds somewhere. But what was it really used for? We all thought it went into the catering of the players when they go for all of these competitions and all that. So look at what was said to be used for them with that money. Really. This is where we are as a nation. It's not even a standard. Is it a standard field? No, it is not. But we just hope that this revelation keeps going on until we eat that bedrock of that a greater solution within the Nigerian sports.
All right. So Sam is there. He has to do with what they're putting into the Kebbi and Delta State, right? Are the two states to benefit from the largesse. We'll find time. We'll also, because it doesn't look like something that is good, but we'll find time. Get all the information, because the NFF also in the last few days also released a statement just to tell Nigerians. And there's one thing I've noticed with the Nigerian system is that they will wait for, I don't want to say fake news, because not everything is fake. In all sincerity, not everything is fake. Even in this Nigerian context, when you think it's fake, there's an element of truth in it that I've seen over the years. Why they have to wait to this point for them to come and do shalaye when these things have been there, but not in the public domain. But they have to wait for that to happen. And I've seen that in the Nigerian system, when people come out, then the government will say, no, it's fake news. And then they want to channel their own news. By that point in time, the fake has already gone far. Now, the issue concerning the NFF, the FIFA money and CAF has gone far. And they're trying to say, to some extent, some of those things are fake. Let's move on quickly, guys. DOLAPO, you're going to jump on the Premier League over the weekend. You're going to jump about Liverpool not winning the game. You're going to jump on Chelsea. You're going to eat these guys on the show. You have the floor. Eat them.
Yes. Well, for Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, I'm probably not surprised with the Manchester City and Chelsea results, but I was surprised with the way and manner Liverpool played their game on Saturday against Brentford. That was very, very, very bad for a team that won the league last season. The way and manner they played, that was not a good football, not a good showing for Ancelotti. And I think the reality is now getting to show for him. And just like you said some weeks ago, that he's a bad loser. Everything he was saying over the last few weeks, he has been saying things that I don't expect from a coach. Some weeks ago, he said when teams want to play them, they change the lineup. This week, some weeks ago, he was talking about set piece. And I saw him on Saturday bring out a 140 million or 100 million pounds for Langwit for Joe Gomez because he needs to take long throws. And that was funny to me because some weeks ago, you were talking about set piece. Another thing that I saw from Ancelotti that makes me keep wondering is because the way and manner his players are playing, they've lost 4 games in a row in the Premier League. And I don't think this should be something that should be happening for a team that spent close to 500 million pounds after you won the league. You spent that much and you are losing this much in this way. The way and manner they are losing, they are here to keep a clean sheet in the last 9 games. So this team has gone from being a team that lost 4 games throughout 38 games in the league last season to have lost 4 games in a row in the Premier League. Ancelotti is already showing what Erik ten Hag showed at Manchester United. Yes, he's lucky to have won the league, but this is what Erik ten Hag was doing at Manchester United because the players does not look every time he keeps on making the same mistake. On that game on Saturday, I saw Dominic Szoboszlai play as a right back again. It started from the midfield, moved him away from the midfield to the wing, again to the left back, to the right back. And this guy is their best player on the pitch on Saturday. He was the only one that you would say, okay, he played really well. So he's looking like the reality is coming in to check for him. And like I said last season, they were very lucky. Manchester City and Arsenal were struggling with injuries. That was why they won the league last season. And the fluke is looking like now, it is showing that he is not really who we think he is.
SAMIES, do you want to stay with the Premier League or I take you somewhere else?
Anywhere is fine.
Okay, so let's talk about Juventus Football Club. I know you'll probably be looking at the other continental engagement. We'll come to that if we can find time. So quickly, Juventus Football Club, they have a new man in charge now, and it's on an interim base. So while they're allowing 𝐒𝐿 to excuse and go, they're bringing in a new man that will help them. Is it help now? Just stay in charge for the time being. And like I said, his job will just be on an interim basis. So Massimo Brabila is now the man in charge of the whole lady. 𝐒𝐿 has been asked to go because of results which hasn't been the best after 8-match winless run. And maybe they have to say the reason for letting him go now is not based on what he did against or what they did not do against Real or against Lazio. It's an accumulative results and matches that have got the Croatian out of the way now. So SAMIES, they've got a new man. His job is just to stabilize and see. There are names around the Italian media. I can see Luciano Spalletti, the former head coach of the Azzurri of Italy, helped Napoli to win the Scudetto. And of course, Rafael Palladino, at the point in time, I remember he was in charge of Fiorentina Football Club. So he is the one. These are the 2 players, 2 managers that they're looking at. But for now, going into the games coming up midweek and Champions League and League match, for the time being, they said Massimo Brabila would take charge. So for me, SAMIES, to you, if it's about Juventus Football Club.
For the old ladies of Turin, not the best of the news are coming out from their camp. Yes, I know result has not really gone their way. 8 games and winless run, where of course it's also just the accumulation of back-to-back defeats and 6 draws, which has put them in this situation. And you talk about Juventus. This was a form they also did last season, where they were drawing games, kept on their unbeaten streak until the second half of the season, until they eventually lost. But it's just about the mighty, which has fallen when we talk about Italian football. Since it was AC Milan who came into the fray then, they won the title, and Juventus really they've struggled to get back on feet. to actually challenge for the titles there in the Italian Serie A. And I look at it and also say maybe it is not about the managers. Also, it has to be about the structure of the team and also the ownership. Are they injecting funds into acquiring players who can also fit into the philosophy of this side? And with all respect to the players there, Weston McKennie, they have Bremer, the defender. They have who else? Dusan Vlahovic. They have Ben Yildiz. They have Conceição. There's Kelly.
Yes, we joined from Bournemouth.
And I just say, but you look at these guys also.
There's Federico Gatti.
So, Peter, you look at. I want to make a claim now. You look at all of these guys. Their former club sides. Were they starters in their former club sides? The answer is big no. They were not starters. But they went to the old ladies at the end during, and of course, just being surplus to requirements. They are playing games. You can't expect them to get the maximum result in which they should get. You like this adage says, you can't. You can force that horse to the river, but you can't force it to actually take from the stream. So that is the issue with Juventus at this point in time. They have the manager. But the players, can they really give him the results in which he wants? And you talk about the new man who is there to steady the ship. Well, I'm not sure there's a ship to steady for Juventus at this point, because you look at what the summit looks like, the guys they are challenging against, they are challenging with. There's no breathing space. You look at what Lazio they are doing. You look at what AS Roma they are doing. So I'm sorry to say, I don't think there is a space for Juventus to steady the ship to even make that European football for next season. That would be a big ask for them.
All right. That might just come too early.
It's
just the way I also mentioned about some saying Arsenal to win the league after match day 10 of the Premier League. Is it 9?
9.
Okay.
That's definitely.
I was looking at someone that. Is it 9 or 10?
9.
It's 9
games.
Which league is 10 now?
La Liga is
The Spanish
11.
La Liga,
now.
11.
Okay. I think La Liga is where
La Liga
my
is
eyes-
10 now. Yeah,
Yes,
La Liga is 10
La
now.
Liga, my eyes went to La Liga. So after 9 games, okay. Let's see. Okay, let's jump some other things. There's so many things right in front of me, and I'm trying to see how I can accommodate time. SAMIES, DOLAPO, quickly to you. I know you've got the Arsenal jersey on, and so it's good to see, but I'm not talking about Arsenal Football Club. I've closed that chapter for today, maybe some other time, where they don't get to win. What's the SAMIES doing to you? I don't know what SAMIES doing. When they don't win that game, I'll come to you, but when they win, I will not talk about Arsenal Football Club. As long as I have this jersey on with me on air, no. Let's talk about Nigerian club side, DOLAPO. But I'm happy that Rivers were able to get their tickets. Yeah. I'm also happy small that Sundowns did not beat Remo Stars too much. And shame on them. If you beat me 5-1 in my house, and you cannot beat me.
Was it not that they feel like
Victoria,
they were leading? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Did I say they should not play?
At halftime they were leading
because they're playing Pirate. They're playing Pirate this weekend.
Yes.
Is that my business?
They've qualified
already.
Remo
Stars business.
Yes, it is.
Shame on.
I think it is shame on them. It has to be shame on Remo Stars.
It is shame on Sundowns.
No.
You beat me 5-1.
Yes.
You can't beat me 10.
No, this is it. This is where it is.
No.
This is why I think.
That was not a competitive game. Remo
At all.
didn't make the game competitive
Who cares? Who says they should not play the first level? Who cares about that?
They came here.
Remo Stars gave them the reason not to.
Not to, because if they are come here and they played a 1-1 draw.
All the Remo Stars technical advisor or the head coach went into the dressing room and said, you know what? Don't play this player.
After 5 goals to 1, there's an away goal rule under the
They are
contract.
leading with 5 goals.
And I paid to watch. I will be saying, if you can give them 10 in Abeokuta.
Yeah, because you are a fan.
Nigeria,
you're a fan. But for the team that has a big game over the weekend,
no.
that is the best thing to do.
For me,
and not to disgrace your opponent as well.
It is me. It is shame on
okay, for
Sundowns.
you, your opinion.
You might say it is not a shame, but for me it's a shame.
For me, I feel like for what they saw.
That's the name, the word Remotan. Why didn't they do that?
I don't understand what you're trying to do.
I didn't get. Is that what?
Remotanda, right? Why didn't Remo Stars do that?
Did they say they were going to do it?
It's turned to Remo Padajia.
Have they done it in the continent?
Turned to Remo Padajia.
You guys don't know anything. If you know, then you know that it's shame on Sundowns of Victoria.
Well, at the end of the day, 7-1.
But let's leave those people who don't have shame. I don't have shame. But for Rivers United, they did not bring shame on us.
I said that was what the results was going to be like. You know, losing 1-0 to the hands of Mozambican side, Red Bull, and Racing Bull rather. Coming home, you should get the results, but you should be wary of one thing. not conceding first. And of course, Finidi George, Yemi Olanrewaju, there's a synergy between both and the players that they actually did that. Becoming the first Nigerian side since 2018. 7 years or 8 years. That's a long time.
That's bad
Playing
for
in the
the
group
league.
stages of the CAF.
Since
champions.
2018.
That's what I meant by bring glory and take shame away.
Since this is
Sundowns, on the other hand, did not bring glory to.
they qualified for the CAF Champions League.
It's not a big deal to them. It's beat Remo Stars.
It's beating Remo Stars a big deal for
We are the
Sundowns.
Pirates.
Beat them.
We are the Pirates.
Exactly, Pirates got knocked out.
They did qualify as
Leave.
well.
Who is talking about? I'm talking about. Why are you shifting the goal? Leave Pirates alone. Let them be. Okay. Some people flew somewhere and they were beaten.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So because I've got this from CAF, Al Ali Sundowns headline star-studded cast for the Total African Cup of African Champions, and I'm happy when you have this kind of headline. Al Ali Sundowns headline. Yes. Tell them that there's also Rivers in this one. All right. Whatever you want to say. So quickly, let's talk about Formula One, Dolapo. If we have time, we can come to more football. But for now, let's talk Formula One. It's looking like what I said 2 weeks ago might just be happening with 4 more
races to go.
Do you want to still stick with your Max Verstappen or not have hope?
I don't think Verstappen has a chance. I don't think so. With 4 races to go, yes, he's just 36 points behind Lando Norris, and I don't think McLaren would leave any driver or go with one driver to go. I think they would leave the 2 drivers, and that might just be a problem. But then, with the way Oscar Piastri is going, looks like this is not the same Oscar Piastri that started the season. Oscar Piastri is not the man on form now. He's struggling big time. Max Verstappen looks like a man that is doing everything right. But Lando Norris won this week. We don't know what would happen next week. He's just 1 point ahead of Oscar Piastri. And anything can happen. Yes, 36
From
points.
the same driver.
Yeah, they're from the same team.
Why
And
can't?
I don't think at the moment.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yes,
Why can't
McLaren just go for one driver? It will be very hard now, because this is one of the conspiracy theories I've seen
this
online.
is what Max Verstappen and his team will like?
Yes, this is what Max Verstappen would like. I've seen this over the years. I think this happened with Lewis Hamilton. Was in 2014 or thereabouts. But at the moment, this is one of the things people are talking about that has been one of those things that took the confidence away from Oscar Piastri. Is that when he was leading with a whole lot of points ahead of Lando Norris, they didn't keep Norris ahead. They didn't tell him to be the first driver or the major driver to fight for the title. And with just 1 point ahead of him, I don't think McLaren would say they are going to give McLaren the lead.
All right. Okay. So, Samis, let's go back to football, because on my menu here, I don't want to miss a Clasico for anything. Samis, was that L or that was Heaven Clasico for you after the game?
It was just there.
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
But there was something special.
A lot.
What was that?
Dolapo, since something special to you, just hold your thought. Mute the mic there. Dolapo, something special.
I
Because there were war of words.
Yes.
After the game.
Before and after the game, because
Okay. So since you know there's something special, so let's
Lamine started it saying Real Madrid cheats, and throughout the game yesterday, I saw the way the Madrid players were trying to keep him silent, and they were also trying to show him, you say we cheat, we would teach you here today. And after the game, they're exchanging of word with Carvajal, Rafinha, and Vinicius as well. But the major thing here is that it is bringing back the vibe of El Clasico that I used to see back in the days. When I see the likes of Sergio Ramos and Messi fighting, when I see the likes of Piqué and
been
players.
long I saw this kind of
Yes, it has been long, because over the last few years it has just been too
so when
silent.
Sammy said there's nothing in that one,
Yeah, there's
I don't
a
know
lot.
what Sammy was
Dolapo
watching.
mentioned-
Because I understand Sammy might be watching the Premier League, between Villa and City, Arsenal and Palace,
Yeah, same time.
and the other games. Maybe he wasn't watching the El Clasico.
I watched.
So I can pardon Sammy's.
I watched the El Clasico. So you said
Maybe you watched the highlights.
You said bring it back.
It's been a while I saw that.
No, you said bring it back the vibe. So for me, it didn't really bring back the vibe, because if it truly were to be about the vibe, then with the likes of Sergio Ramos or Puyol and
There
all
was a
that,
red card yesterday in the game.
Yes!
And you said there was
See,
no vibe.
hold on, the pull by Pedri in that first half on Vinicius Junior
yeah.
should have sparked much more reaction. They just it was
Just
an
too
easy
soft.
pass, like
Because there was still business to be done.
There was still a lot to be done. The game was interesting because I enjoyed myself
One
watching
thing
that
I
game.
like is for Real Madrid.
Finally you saw something.
I went through a few of the Real Madrid players, their social media handles right after the game, and it was all about their captions and all that. I was just laughing.
The Bellingham zone was funny to me.
For Camavinga, he said, new position unlocked, right winger. That was what he said. That's all.
And he did well. He did because he was to double up on Rashford.
Yes.
Double up on Rashford.
Yes. Yeah, they did that well. So for the other things, I like, that's the battle of the spoken words and all that. And one thing for me was just about Vinicius Junior to his own head coach.
And you say you didn't see anything.
A lot happened in the
So that
game.
is El Clasico for him because he wants to play
He wants to play the 90 minutes.
El Clasico. He said before the game that he will score in that El Clasico, but he didn't score. So taking me off at 67 minutes was like, you taking me off in the El Clasico?
So why did
El Clasico for you?
Why did
The
you
player
go?
that the
Why
player
did you go? Why did you
So
go?
that is the El Clasico for you.
Yeah.
Maybe if that was a Getafe or
He's not
Valladolid,
ready.
He won't
you
be
will
ready.
react to that.
He's not ready. Do you know why I said he's not ready?
Why?
If he were to be ready, he's not going to come out again to sit on the bench.
Exactly.
Because somebody spoke sense to his head and said, you don't want go back.
But one thing I also feel is these guys are having the words.
Alonso said after the game that he's not there to talk about
Yes,
him.
but I know they'll talk about it in the dressing room.
So
And it will be a big one.
Yeah, they got the result. And you saw him also trying to fight yesterday.
Yes.
After the game.
But this
And
is where I'm
Alonso
going.
was
This is
pulling
where I'm
him
going.
back.
This is where I'm going now. Vinicius Junior and Rafinha were fighting.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal had issue with Eduardo Camavinga, with Cavaya. Spanish,
Yeah.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Some weeks or months to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We all listened to Rio Ferdinand, or was it Steven Gerrard talking
No,
about
it was Steven Gerrard.
talking about
Yes.
how the rivalry
why?
affected them in the national team.
Yeah. Maybe
And
for Spain,
now,
you pardon them because there's a way they'll find out and play that
but
game.
what about for Brazil?
That's where
These
the
guys
problem
are playing
lies.
on the same wing.
Carlo Ancelotti have got issues to sort and he will sort. It's
There is
experience.
an easy winner.
You couldn't-
Start Martinelli ahead. Ahead of both of them. Or you start Matthews now ahead of both of them.
It's Olapo's birthday, so we have to go now. Don't bring that. Martinelli will be the one to fight. They fight between when there's a Rodrigo there, there's Estevao.
A lot of players.
Yes,
know.
even Anthony at Real Betis
Yes.
is not doing bad.
Yeah, he's also performing well.
Olapo, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
So wish you all the best in life, and this will be the beginning of new things for you.
Amen.
And of course, to my Oga at the top, Mr. Atunjabe, happy birthday to you, sir. The Lions will fall into pleasant places for you, and this will be the beginning of a new dawn for you also. God bless you, sir. And one more time, we say happy birthday to you. I know Samis have done his part in the morning, so Samis, off your mic. You've got no place on this one. Mind your lap of God place. So coming up is the news for 4. And when we're done with that, we have home run with Diola and King Kenny. They will be here for that. Good music as you drive home. Stay right here, 94.9, 32 FM. And we're done. We'll be back again on Tuesday morning, 7:40 for Scoreboard in 15.